Welcome, friends. Welcome back to the kitchen. What was on sale at the grocery store today is not on the counter. What was on sale at the grocery store today was frozen shrimp. So I bought a few bags of frozen shrimp and I put them in the freezer. And when I was in the freezer, I noticed that I had a part bag of frozen cranberries left from Christmas. In my reality, this is the beginning of February. I don't know when this video is going to come out. Could come out in May or June for all I know. So we had this part bag of frozen cranberries left over from Christmas, and I thought, oh, I should probably do something with those. And I just so happened to have some ricotta left from making some lasagna for Julie and I in the house, not on the channel. Not going to do that on the channel. Anyway, so I had that left over and I was going to make a ricotta cake. And I thought, you know what, a ricotta cake with some cranberries sprinkled over the top would be fantastic. So we're going to do that and we're going to see what happens. And you will see the shrimp at some time in the near future here on the channel. Okay, so first in is some butter, and I've melted the butter. We're not going to do any creaming for this cake recipe. So the butter is melted. It started to solidify a little bit because it's kind of cool in here. Next in, some sugar. Give that a bit of a whisk, get it going. And then I'm going to crack in a couple of eggs. Okay, and I need about, I don't know, a cup and a half of ricotta. Ricotta, say it however you want. This is, it's almost 2 cups in this tub, I think. It's done by weight, which I don't really understand why. It's a 1 pound tub. But I'm going to need most of this tub, I think. I'm going to leave that much in the bottom of the tub. Drop in a little bit of vanilla at this point too. There we go. Okay. We'll whisk. We'll whisk that in while we squirt vanilla all over the countertop. And we'll put the rest of the eggs in one at a time. Put the egg in, mix it in completely, and then put the next one in. Seems like it takes longer, but it doesn't. And you actually get a better mix if you do them one at a time. That is one of those baking rules that I actually follow. I don't follow too many rules in the kitchen, but that is one that I have found to actually be true. Okay, last egg. Okay, we'll move on to the dry ingredients. So I have some flour here. To that I'm adding baking powder, salt, cinnamon, and we'll grate in a little bit of nutmeg. Cinnamon, nutmeg are pretty much optional. If you don't like them, we'll leave them out. I don't think it's fully necessary, but I thought it might give the cake just a little bit more. And I know that, full honesty, I hate cranberry sauce. I absolutely hate cranberry sauce. Julie makes it when we have turkey, but I don't eat it with turkey. I also don't eat mint sauce with lamb. So I know that Julie puts a little bit of cinnamon in her cranberry sauce. So I know that she'll like it. Will I like it? I don't know. So I'm going to switch now from the whisk. I really want to lick this whisk. That's amazing. Already amazing. And we're going to switch to a spatula. Same spatula I used for the butter. And we'll mix the flour in probably in 1/3 additions. Looking great. Any cake batter that has sour milk, sour cream, ricotta, or cottage cheese in it, I always think the texture and the flavor is amazing. So I've got some just plain old white sugar. I'm going to pour that into and spread it onto the cranberries. Cranberries are still, they're thawed, but not a lot of water came out of them, which is something I would have expected. Because usually when you freeze and thaw, frozen fruit, you get a lot of water coming out. Okay, now I have 9x9 cake tin greased with a parchment sling, and we'll put the cake batter in there. What do you put in your cranberry sauce? I think some people put like orange juice or orange zest in, or they boil it with orange juice. So I think maybe a little bit of orange zest in the cake batter would be amazing, just to kind of bring that same flavor. Obviously, this is a cake that lends itself to the fall and having a turkey on the table, or just having had a turkey on the table. Probably not great for midwinter, but I think it'll do really well. There's also quite a bit of baking powder in there. Cake batter with ricotta in it could be kind of heavy, so it needs a little bit more lift. Now, put the cranberries on top. They will sink in. That's great. That's what I'm looking for. And then whatever sugar is left, sprinkle it on top. Into the oven. The oven's preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm going to come back at about 45 minutes to look at this, but I expect it'll take an hour, maybe an hour and 15.
Ooh, cake. Cake, cake, cake. Hello, friends. Thank you, Glen.
Julie Jones, you're going to love this one.
Thank you, kind sir. And, well, okay.
That cake is amazing. It really is a good cake.
It's a nice cake. I like,
Yeah.
and I actually really like the cranberries because it adds a little bit of
Soury
tang to it. Yeah. Yeah, it's like a salt and a caramel. It's the tang in your sweet.
Any fruit on top would be amazing. Apple, blueberries, pineapple chunks.
Guava. I don't know. Whatever you like.
Yeah, the cake is moist, it's dense, it's rich. It's the ricotta that really brings that. And you could swap out just regular old cottage cheese. Just whisk it a little bit beforehand to break up the clumps of the cottage cheese to make it a little bit smooth. And that's an easy cake. Comes together really quickly. And it's very tasty.
Yep. You could, yeah, I'm just actually going through a lot of the toppings you could do. You could do like a sugar, brown sugar butter topping with, like you could do crumble, you could do chocolate, you could swirl some chocolate on top. Because chocolate goes with everything.
Okay. You have to go home now. Because I don't want you to watch me eat that whole cake. Thanks for stopping by. See you again soon.